Okay, so today we're going to make a background for your jellyfish. Okay, so if we were back in our art room, we would probably be getting a big piece of watercolor paper and doing it like that. But now we have a little bit of a challenge. In order to paint, we need fairly strong paper and to glue this onto it. So, and also we need a fairly big piece, so that makes a nice place for your jellyfish. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a piece of cardboard, and you should have the cardboard left over from making your jellyfish. And if, because that'll, obviously your jellyfish will fit on there. And if you don't, then please cut one. All right. Now remember I said, wow, I made a big jellyfish, and I got to say, one of his legs fell off. I'm going to find that later on and put it back on. All right, so here's my cardboard. Okay. I don't know why this is gonna go like this. All right. Now, what you're going to need is paper. Paper enough to cover it. So you're going to get like, this is going to have one, two, and paper that's more than you need, actually. Three, four. So four pieces of paper. And you can paint them. Paint them and see colors. So this one is turquoise, this one is blue, this one is dark blue. You can do turquoise and blue, you can do dark blue and light blue. This is a very light blue. All right, and this is green. So you choose what you want to do. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this right now. So when you paint it, just make sure your cardboard, your paper is a little bit bigger than your cardboard here. You can hold it this way, this one here, it fits this way. I know this is really super big. Don't worry about it. Okay, now we're going to take our paper and we're going to rip it in a controlled rip. So you take two hands, you want to go all the way down. When you do this, you might get a little white mark, which is nice too. Some of them, you want to rip all the way down. You might want to make some that are almost triangular, that don't go all the way. All right. It's going to leave a white mark, and you're going to have strips of paper for layering. All right, I have some here. Okay, so let's get a dark color too. All right. You can make big strips. You can make small strips. You're going to be layering them on top of each other to make an interesting kind of multicolored and wavy looking sea. All right, so lots of those, lots of them. Like I said, you could do two or three colors, or you could do a lot more if you want. A lot more of greens and blues. You can experiment. You're just painting the paper. So when you paint the paper, all you're going to do is take one of your paintbrushes, either this or this, and you're going to go back and forth. Now, what color is this? Okay, let me do a dark one then. All right. Please put newspaper or something down on the table if you're going to do this. And you want to cover the whole paper, and you got to let all of this dry. It's going to be super, super wet. So we don't want these little white marks on the side. We want those definitely painted in. Ooh, this one is nice because you can see that it has some darks and lights where the paint settled. So we're going to put this over here. Now, if you have one brush or one brush you have made, you're going to have to wash it out after you're finished painting. All right. The next thing, blue. Okay, if anybody's going to the store, have them pick up some white blue. We use it for a lot of things. If they're going to the supermarket, definitely they usually have it in their art thing. If they're going to any other kind of like Staples or a place like that that might have glue, Home Depot might have, they might have a little bit of school glue. We really don't want the heavy duty Elmer's glue all, but in a pinch you could get that too. So, all right, I'm gonna try another one because that's hard to get it out. Yeah, I'm using this a lot and I'm running out of this glue. So we're gonna make liquid glue. Here's the glue in there. Put a big bunch because, well, as I said, yours won't be as big as mine, but you're going to need a lot. So I would cover the bottom of your cup at least with the white glue. All right, and then you're going to thin it out. So we're going to thin it out, drop a little at a time. It is not that important how thin it gets. Oh, well, it's got to get thinner than that. See? You don't want it to be drippy. You want it to be like liquidy, and I'll show you that in a minute. So add a little at a time. This is going to be, all right, that's great. You know, this kind of held it because it's a sponge. All right, here's what you're going to do. You're going to cover the whole thing, back and forth. Do you need a lot? No. And just spread it out, but you want to go back and forth, not up and down. Dip and spread. The whole thing. Make sure you get the edges, like we said before. All right, now, very important. We're going to use that again. Here we go. Glue. You only need one that's got the corners on the top and one that's got the corners on the bottom. Let me find another corner one. Another corner one. Okay, this has corners. Line them up with the bottom. Now you can trim this later if your paper is bigger than your cardboard, if your cardboard is bigger than your paper. All right, I want you to see that. Can you see that? Okay, I want you to see that. Now the rest, you have to choose the ones that don't have the corner on them because the corners are going to make it look like it's the edge of the paper and not like waves. So you just put them on. Here's some. Just change colors a lot. Fill in the space. There's going to be some brown space still. Get rid of the corners or rip the corners off. Just rip the piece with the corners off so you have this one left. All right, that's a really light blue one. Okay, you're going to need a lot of paper, a lot of layers. So once you get this done, you might see some of the brown. Check it out. Just on the brown, even over your papers, just put another layer of glue real quick. You don't need a lot of it. So you're going to put it over your paper, and also it's going to hit some of those brown things. And I can see that you can see that this, you can tell where this is going, right? Now we're going to start filling in the brown spaces. Try to find places. You can re-rip your paper to fit. And the trick is you're going to get less brown space. Probably going to take you 3 layers before you really cover up all the brown spaces. So cover up what you can. Here's one that we might want to actually put a triangle that doesn't go all the way to the end because we don't need to go all the way to the end. And here's another one that we really don't need to go all the way to the end. All right, still working. Need some more of this. Okay, that's about the same. You probably don't want the same color next to itself. I'm going to rip up off that corner that goes up there. I can look at this and see how big I need to make this here. Okay. And this is a little bit of a different color. So you can see, you know, you're going to get like layers of all those nice blues because that's going to make it, first of all, interesting. And second of all, yeah, real seawater does have all those different colors in it. All right. Now, another layer. And go over the ones that aren't wet. You don't need to go over the ones that you can see all the glue. All right. All right, and get in those brown spots. Now you can take smaller pieces if you have smaller spots. Oh, here's one. Here's a good one. Here's a nice dark one. Just press it down. Press this one here. We really do not want any brown spots. So if you see a real little brown spot, you can get a little piece of paper. You don't have to have a giant one. This is a pretty big spot here. So let me get this. Oh, yeah. That's nice. Wavy and very colorful. And, you know, it looks very summery and stuff, too. All right. Don't need that big of a piece of paper. All right. We're going to put that there. All right. Let's look at it, guys. Waves. All right, let me look up here. You can see it better. Waves. All right, just a little bit here and there. You can fill those in a little with tiny pieces if you want, or you can go back to the real long piece. Doesn't matter. All right, so that's about 3 layers, and I think we're really good to go on covering all our brown spots. I'll show it to you in a minute. Pretty covered here. One more here. And now you might even find little pieces that you didn't use before if you have a little space. All right. Wow, look at that. It's really cool looking. Okay. And one more. One more swipe over the top. Go over everything. That's going to make it a little shiny. And it's also going to glue it all down so it stays. Yeah. So just make sure you're gluing it all down. And naturally, if you come back tomorrow and say, oh, I missed a spot, that's not a big deal to fix. So you can see that. And it's really going to be a nice background for this. Okay, here's our background, folks. Layer of glue. Got to let it dry. Actually, I'm not even sure if you do have to let it dry. All you need for this is a couple pieces of glue. You can imagine. You don't need a lot of glue. It's made out of glue. So, don't go to town on this. Just get it to stick. I am slowly running out of glue myself here, so I'm in a pickle. Okay. You can let it dry. I'm not sure that you need to let it dry. I think you can just like kind of hit this jellyfish with glue. Make sure you go dot, 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 dot. You don't need a lot of glue, obviously. The thing is made out of glue. All right, you just dot it all around. All right, and stick. And this thing is a coating of glue. So both those things will work for you. Wow. Okay, so you can just barely see the colors through the jellyfish. All right, so that's an interesting background. Pretty easy to make, just takes a little time. And it really is making your jellyfish stand out. Okay, that means we're done with this